The wrists. Having soft wrists to allow the club to hinge naturally, to have supple arms so the club feels heavy, is going to create width and effortless power. I talk about it in most of my videos because it is such an important principle, but I have to remind you of it, because if we're so tense, we cannot get maximum speed. We just simply cannot. And it's an important reminder that even with small swings like this, okay, allowing those wrists to hinge, allowing them to flow around the body, even very sloppily, if you will, we can garnish a lot of speed effortlessly. So we combine that with the correct movement, with that backswing sort of wind up and the hand speed here and the sequence we want, you are in a very good spot. We got more lessons on it, but I just wanted to remind you, we still have a firm grip. We've got soft wrists and soft arms, okay? Think of it like a big weight on the end of a big long piece of string to create that width and pulling and pushing force to extend us out. And the main feel that you're going to want to have is as you hinge and unhinge the wrists, we want to feel like the arms are straight past impact here, that we are truly releasing this way, okay? We're not flipping the hands, we're not doing that, we are just releasing them this way. The club is going out to the right, the body is coming to the left, and the arms are soft. They're not bent, they're just soft. Effortless speed. If you're finding that you're lacking a bit of distance and you're a little bit flat-footed as you try and swing through, okay, you are going to benefit greatly by using the ground just a little bit more and a bit more of a lateral movement. And the way we do this is just from the start of the swing. So we want to feel actually that the hips move just an inch or two away from the target. And what's going to happen is that helps us to move back through with the momentum that we need here. So it's a tiny little surfing movement, this slight little lateral shift. Now notice, I am not moving my upper body. I'm not doing this to get behind it. I'm starting my swing with my hips just shifting slightly towards the backswing, just by an inch or two, and then they turn behind, all right? It's a little bit complicated, but it's actually very natural. So it's the smallest movement, and you can practice just by standing your feet together, okay, like this, and stepping back, and then turning around. You notice that? So it's like this lateral shift is creating that momentum for me. So feet are together, I step back, and then I turn behind, allowing my hips to shift. And from here they shift backwards, exactly, back towards the target, exactly where I want them to be. Slight bump forward, which I like to create momentum, and then we move it back. I'm not moving the knee outside, I'm not moving the foot outside. I'm allowing it to stay on the inside of the foot here, but the hip is loading up into the right glute, and I'm turning behind, okay? That is a key power move that gives you ability to launch the legs, all right? I'm going to be brief with this one. Too many golfers are bent with the legs, trying to get lower down to the ball. What happens is we kind of come out of it this way, and then it's also difficult to maintain that position through the ball. So those kind of legs straighten, we fall back, and we push through, and we're kind of on the back of our heels. Not very athletic, but if we do a slight modification of standing taller, okay, we basically, a little checkpoint, the heels are in line with the butt, okay, especially with the driver. Our heels are pretty much in line with the butt here. We've got the weight on the balls of our feet, but our knees are not over the balls. And you can sort of do a little checkpoint here. They are behind. And what that's doing is maintaining a nice sort of tall spine, but we're relaxed in the upper back. Okay, we're very relaxed here. But what's going to happen is, as we make our backswing, we're not trying to load into the right side and squat down here. People think they still need to do that. You don't. To get free flowing and actual speed, okay, we want to allow those legs to straighten, because that's going to help us, complete a backswing, whether it's a short one here or whether it's a longer one here. It's going to help us complete and clear out of the way. And then from there, it's much easier to shift through, to square those knees up, and to actually be in a more athletic position through impact and speed where it counts, okay? So that's it. Just check where you are in your setup. And as you make your backswing, as you shift the hips to the right and pull them back up just a little bit here, those legs are going to straighten. And then we can sort of squat down using the ground back towards the ball. It's priming it. So do that checkpoint with your feet and make sure you're doing it right. Yeah. This is costing you yards. I'm not asking you to chop it off, but I'm asking to free it up. Let me show you how. Just get up and try it. Lock in your head in place and try and make a backswing. It's much harder to have a nice free-flowing, strain-free backswing, all right? It's harder to get through the ball if we're locked tight with the neck here. So all I want you to do is feel, as you make a backswing, you can do this little test. Just stand there, turn to the left, okay? Turn your neck to the left, and then make your backswing here. Then put your arms up, right? Now I want you to try it with your head dead straight. Now make a backswing. I haven't done anything different, but my head is in the way. Because this head, if we were throwing a ball again or slinging this club, it's going to move. Now I do not mean that we want it to be like this, lifting up and lolling around. We just want to feel like it's actually turning, okay? So we're looking out of our left eye here, and then we're looking out of our right eye here. And you can aid that just by, at setup, just tilting your head just a little bit, okay? You're going to tilt your head just a little bit. And that's going to open up down the line where we want to actually swing it to. You see that? Okay? But it's also going to help us have a bit more mobility as we swing back. So I want you to feel looser in the neck. Try that little setup tweak where you're just tilting it or moving your head back just a little bit, okay? To move that head back just a little bit, and that's going to free up your backswing. Even if it's short, okay, it's going to free it up. Just feel looser in the neck on the way back, and on the way through, feel like water is dumping out of your right ear to be able to sling it through that way. Don't resist the neck. You're going to have to play with that a little bit and feel what it is to you, but just be aware. Are you tight and locked with the head? Are you tight and locked with the neck? Because if you are, it's costing you distance. So a lot of times people spin the hips out, or the shoulders just move way too far and put us all out of sync, okay? Where we're dumping the club down this way. The top pros, the long hitters, move their hands, the butt of the club, much faster than an amateur. That's it. The sequence kind of can take care of itself somewhat after that. But what we're trying to do is the feel from moving the hands quicker from the top is going to give you more speed, all right? So a couple of things to remember. We do not want to just be snatching the club from the top and forcing the hands down with tension. We've got to keep those arms loose. But being conscious and aware of trying to move this grip down as swiftly as possible is going to help just delay that action of rotating through. Because if it happens too early, we're screwed. If it happens too late, we're screwed, okay? We want to have good sequence and timing and a gradual speed. But dropping those hands down from here can help put us in the slot that we want, where we can then turn on the power and use the lower body to accelerate through. So whatever this translates to you, I want you to feel a couple of things. One is perhaps the most important. This really happens before we've completed our backswing. We don't want to wait and then push the hands down, okay? We actually want to be doing it as we are still gathering inertia and movement back this way, okay? So it's going to feel like as we're moving and transitioning back, the arms are still moving just up a tiny bit. There's going to be like a slight delay. But from there, the hands are moving down quickly just to this spot. And the rest of you know, you might feel like the back is to the target a little bit longer, that we're just delaying it a little bit, but it's happening quite quickly, ideally. And then from there, we can turn on the power. So with that happening just before we complete the backswing, to what that feels to you, a drill we can do to emphasize this is actually the split hand drill. So you take your grip and grip it halfway down, or you know, about a foot below the bottom of the grip. All right, we make our backswing, but we're shoving here. That hand path is moving down. I'm only really thinking about the butt end of the grip. Now notice, I'm not just ripping it forward this way, it's actually going down quite quickly here. And you see how the club sort of wobbles when I'm doing that? That shows that I've got power. And Rory McIlroy does this, he does it very well, but lots of good players use the split hand drill. So work on that to just gather a bit of speed where it needs it, because from there we are locked and loaded, if you will, to be able to release through, which we'll go on to next. Number 6, getting through the ball as opposed to hitting at it is a tenet you have to trust and apply to your wedges, to your irons, to your hybrids, to your fairways and your driver. Not just to get more speed, but to get the reliability and effortless consistency that you're after, okay? Now, there's lots of ways that we can do it, but one of the best feelings, especially with a driver, especially out on the golf course, is one thing. As you're, you know, let's kind of assume that you've got everything else right. You've made your transition through, you're releasing through to the target here. What happens next? If you stall your body, you're kind of screwed. We have to make sure that we get through to the target, just like you would if I was throwing this. I wouldn't hang back like this. I would get through it that way. And the same thing applies with any distance shot. We need to get through. And the way it can happen without you overthinking it is just by the feeling of this knee actually pushing towards the ball. As we come down, as we move that transition down, we push towards the ball, okay? That knee, instead of being pulled back, which causes this overextension, we want to use opposing forces and push it into the ground. And by pushing it into the ground, it actually propels us back this way. Newton's law, right? So it's going to pull us back this way, which is going to give us the room. Then we need to feel like we get through the golf ball. We do that by our knees touching as a little guideline. So you're out on the golf course, whatever shot you're trying to hit, and even with practice swings, I want you to just try and feel like your knees are touching. Your knees are touching, okay, that we've got this balanced finish. Because that's going to show you that you've got through nicely. And the final little feel is, as you touch those knees together, the belt buckle is pointing up to the sky, but your chest is up to the sky as well. We're not sort of buried low here, we're not off balance here. We are sort of slinging and catapulting this swing through. Because you'll be surprised at how much faster you swing when you're in balance and when you try and get through it. So I'm going to hit this shot here, and all I'm going to do, and it's a wonderful swing to have on the golf course, is to feel like I'm just going to get those feet moving through, the knee moving back, and those knees touching, all right? I'm not going to try and hit a massive one here. I'm going to try and apply those swing thoughts that we have talked about. Pretty good. Ball went where I wanted. I got the speed. I'm delighted with the result. And the thing is, that is a wonderful swing thought to take to the course.